Hey, hello, welcome, welcome, to what'll hopefully become a new series. Um, I thought it would be fun to just kind of sit back and do a little movie commentary. I'll include instructions in the description on how to sync this up. But we're watching Friday the 13th today. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out together and we're just gonna watch this together. Oh, look at that moon. This movie this movie is really important to me. It's not my favorite movie, like not by a long shot, but it's so cute, isn't it? Isn't it? It's just adorable. So, yeah, a little about my personal history with this movie. I saw it for the first time when I was like 12 or 13. I was in middle school. Um, and yeah, around that time I was really getting into horror and stuff like that. So I had seen Halloween, and then this was a natural like follow up for me. Yeah, I thought it was really entertaining. It's very like Sean Cunningham, the director has gone on to say that like it was a very shameless rip off of Halloween, but I don't care. I love both of these movies. And I don't know, it's just very nice. So anyway, I hope you guys are settled in. Because I'm gonna be your captain for the next 93 minutes. So sit back, enjoy it. I got my special Friday the 13th coffee. It's cold. It's just regular coffee. But but I'm watching Friday the 13th while I'm drinking it, so it's special. Mm, good song. I dig it. Anyway, these two characters, they become our first two victims. I think they have names, but they're not said in the movie. I don't know if they're credited or something, but I know the guy's name is Barry. I think. And I don't remember the girl's name. Pauline, something like that, something from the 50s. Oh, Barry's a player. You know, teenager's gonna teenager, but there's always a better time and a place. Just putting that out there. Anyway, iconic score coming in here. Uh, it's truly bizarre watching this first movie and just thinking of like what it turned into. Like I'll talk about that a little more as we get a little further into it. But oh, oh, uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, here we go. Oh my god, we're doing this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh here. Oh. Oh. Oh, and Barry's dead. And Barry's dead. Oh, sorry, Barry. And then we get this little fight. Oh no. Oh, you can take her. Oh goodness. and she's dead too. Anyway, and here comes the title sequence. Boom! It's Friday the 13th. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's really bizarre watching this back. Barry, just like the guy in the anyway. It's true. It's truly bizarre seeing what became of this movie. And like watching it compared to other like low budget slashers that weren't nearly as successful as this one was. Like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of other stuff. Tom Savini, shout out Tom Savini. This was like a big improvement over Halloween as well in a lot of ways. Halloween, I don't know. You'll see, but like Friday the 13th, as I'm sure you all know, like kind of took Halloween's whole thing and kind of boiled it down to a formula. But it also like gave it a little bit like broader appeal, gave it more, more sex, more violence, because that's what people were going to these movies for. Anyway, Frank's Delicatessen, and just how quaint. I don't know how nice it just is. These movies, they just remind me of summer camp. I don't know, just going to summer camp in Massachusetts. Oh, look at this. I would really love to visit the town that this was filmed in. Just to, I don't know, just to walk around, just to see what's changed since then. I think it was filmed in New Jersey. Oh, and there's a dog. Oh, and there's a dog. And there's a dog. Good on Friday the 13th for not killing dogs like Halloween does. And Annie is such a fun character. How can you not? How can you not love a character who talks to dogs like that? Oh, you know what I think helped this movie take off? I think the audience, I think they really loved Pamela Voorhees. I think she was a really great part of this franchise. And I think that's what kept people coming back. I missed it there. I think the truck driver's name is Anus. I think that's what you just said. I know it's Enos. I know it's not, but and Crazy Ralph is coming up here. Oh, okay, okay, Anus. I love the way that Enos reacts to Crazy Ralph. The way that get out of here, go on, get like he's like he's my dad talking to my dog. Mm. And the Friday the 13th coffee is finished. Oh, another little sip. There we go. Wonderful. You know, as we got further along into the series, it very much became like this, like this exploitative, not exploitative, I don't know if I would say that, but they really milk Jason for all he's worth. And the pop culture icon and the commercialization that all this became. But I don't know, there's a very strong like 70s vibe in this movie. The way that it just kind of takes its time. And the way that it just breathes in a way that like none of the other movies do. I really like it. I enjoy the hell out of this movie. I think it might be my favorite of the series, which is not super common. you hear a lot of, like in a lot of horror franchises, it's like the first one is always the best. But if you love the Friday the 13th franchise, this movie doesn't really give you a lot of what most people love about it. But for me, I think it might be my favorite. Quit! I love that detail. I really love the inclusion that the water was bad. Because, the murders make sense. The fires, I guess Pamela Voorhees was starting fires or something like that. But I don't even know what that means. The water was bad. Maybe I'm just a pretty a city boy with soft hands and a pretty face. But I have no idea what that means. That the water was bad. George Bush laugh. And here it is. Here's the crossroads. Pretty cemetery. Meanwhile, while we're doing this, let me know in the comments what else you guys would like to see. I'm hoping to have some guests, some other people, so I'm not just, sitting going, oh my God, we'll get back to that thought. I love this bluegrass music. I love it so much. Uh, oh, Ned is awesome. Ned is Ned is the best character in this entire movie. Maybe the entire series, who knows? Oh goodness. And look at that lake. How come Crystal Lake gets all the attention? That's a good looking lake. Maybe it's a pond. Who knows? I'm not too sure. Oh, and that iconic sign. Yeah, but let me know what else you'd like to see. I'd like to have some guests on. I want to do some TV stuff. I think I'm maybe gonna do like a couple Seinfeld episodes. That'd be kind of cool, and movies as well. And here's Steve Christie. Oh, Steve Christie. Maybe the weirdest character in the entire series. Oh, that's a cute little shot though. The way that it zooms out like that. Love that. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look hot enough out for Steve Christie to be wearing this outfit. He's wearing very small shorts and like fuzzy socks. It looks like leg warmers. What are I don't know. So here's Alice. Here's your final girl, and boom, there's the stump. I do like their pre-camp fits, especially Ned's. That's a good little ladies fit. Maybe we'll show it again. Yeah, there you go. Look at that shirt. Yeah, it's nice. Steve Christie does know his color coordination. That red bandana and those red socks. And just shots like this. This just takes me back to summer camp, being in the woods. There we go. So the scene is crazy. The scene is insane. I can't be the only one that saw this movie for the first time and thought that they were like a couple going through like relationship problems. Because out of context, Alice doesn't look super young. She doesn't really look like a teenager. Like she's playing. And like this little line here. Why were they together last night? What does that mean? Oh, this whole scene does not read like she is his teenage employee. It reads like they're a couple. Anyway, I gotta burp. Excuse me, 1 second. Oh, I guess I don't. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Excuse me. And then this moment where he, yikes, where he strokes his teenage camp counselor's hair. I don't like that. I don't like that. I like this movie. I don't like that though. I don't like that. Oh, oh, Friday the 13th. Oh, you strange little beast. Oh, and Bill likes not wearing a shirt outside too on overcast days, but I think he does it a lot better than Steve does. Although I don't know what you're wearing those big pants for if it's so hot out there you gotta take your shirt off. Anyway. Oh goodness, I hope none of these people get poison ivy too bad. Because look at these woods, they're just ripe for it, you know? That's a great little zoom out, by the way. What was I talking about? I forget. Oh, but there's our cast. This is our breakfast club. Yeah, Ned has changed it to a much worse fit. Oh yeah, the poison ivy. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I get poison ivy really bad whenever I get it. I've gotten it like 5 or 6 times in my life. I had it I think every year that I ran cross country in middle school and high school, and I got it twice one year. So that was like 5, and maybe I got it like out of like around end of high school, maybe when I started college-ish, and I got it pretty bad. Oh no, but the first time I got it was in second grade. I got it really bad then. It was all over like my neck and my chest. I had to get like special oat soap, some stuff. Anyway, hey, Brenda, not the worst impression I've ever heard. That's all right. This guy has a thing. There's a feather in his hair now. This guy has a thing about Native Americans, and it's a little weird. It's a little off-putting. More on that later. But look at that creek. What other Friday the 13th movie just shows you a great creek like that? Is that a radio? Does Pamela Voorhees have a radio in her? Oh, yeah, I should have mentioned I'm spoiling the end of this movie. Whoops. Well, what can you do? That shot. This shot. Oh, all of these shots. They feel very East Coast, unlike a lot of the series started to once they moved to Los Angeles or wherever they filmed them, California. So I believe believe that this is the theatrical cut. We'll find out in a second, but I'll confirm in the description with the instructions on how to sync this up with the movie. I believe it's the theatrical cut. I don't think I've ever seen the unrated version. Like, I've seen the kills from it, but I've never sat down and watched it. Oh, and the music comes in here. I don't care that it rips off Jaws. It's great in its own way. That looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt. All right. Okay. Okay, come on, Annie. You can do it. You can get away. You got it. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Oh. Oh. Oh, that lens flare. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, Annie. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. Oh, Annie. Oh, you are too pure for this world. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the unrated version. Okay. Got it. Keep that in mind. I'll keep that in the description. This is like a totally different time of day because the earlier shots looked like it was late afternoon. This looks like it's noon. But, obligatory characters in skimpy clothing. Look at the back hair on Ned. My goodness. Oh, but there's a glorious moment coming up here. Oh, I love this. Hold on. Oh, wait, here it is. Wait. This right here. Right here. Oh, that's such a great moment. I love that. What other movies in this series give you that? It truly just feels like summer camp. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's really great. There's that shot of Kevin Bacon's bulge. And here's a little fake out scare. What horror movie would be complete without it? Okay, well, Buddy just belly flopped. Buddy just belly flopped. It's a great little canoe shot. Chat, let me know in the comments if you've ever been canoeing. I have. It was cool. All right. There we go. Great work, gang. We saved his life. Anyway, this is like just a pretty nothing scene that honestly, if I were script doctoring another movie, like, I probably would have been cut. But it just feels so, it just feels in place here. How long is this day, by the way? Oh my God. We've gone through so much. And there's a snake. And there's a snake. But look at that. Look at that dusty floor, though. Oh my God. Alice is barefoot in this cabin. Oh, oof. I would. Like, I know it's a cabin, but I don't think I ever put my bare dogs on the cabin floor when I was at camp. I don't think I had the strength. Great line reading. I really like that. Oh. Okay. Oh, Jack. That's right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Kevin Bacon's character's name is Jack. I don't care though. I'm gonna keep calling him Kevin Bacon. They really destroy everything in this cabin on the way to get to the snake. Oh, and that was a real snake that they killed. Not cool, guys. Not cool. And Marcy with the zinger. Now, something about this just truly feels like a late afternoon at summer camp. I don't know. Walking back to the mess hall, talking about what's for dinner. Something about it. And here's Ned again with the with the Native American stuff. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Was this a choice? Was this something that the actor came up with? I don't know. Was it written in the script? Who knows? That's a good bit. That's a good bit. If I were in the presence of a cop, I would be equally silly. I wouldn't just work. I wouldn't do that. This is a fun little detail. I like that moment where Kevin Bacon goes for the radio. What can those sunglasses be doing? They're like basically almost clear lenses. They're barely tinted. Anyway, I do like this shot of the cop turning around on the bike very very clumsily. Oh, how can you not love that? And he's off. And there he goes. Oh, and big crazy Ralph moment coming up here. And he's back. Ralph sucks, but he's got a point. he's got a point about this place. Oh, he tried to warn them. You're all doomed. Oh. Oh, and this shot where you just see the lake and everything. Oh my god. I don't think this is a very hot take that I'm about to make. I don't think a better summer camp movie has ever been made. Or yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe not a better summer camp movie, but a movie that has better captured the summer camp vibe. Oh, Ned. Oh, you're walking off so soon. It's the first day that you've met these people, and they already hate you. Put some shoes on. Oh. Oh, this guy is his name is Harry Crosby, this actor. I think he's like Bing Crosby's nephew or something like that, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I don't know if he's been in anything else. Oh, and these shots here. Oh my god. I love this part of the movie. Look at that guy. Was that an otter? Look at him. Look at him go. So yeah, if you wanted to break this movie down to like its beats, its important points, we're 30 minutes in and basically nothing has happened. But I love it. I love every minute of it. I usually don't. I usually like lean plots. I usually don't like having my time wasted. But this is just a great movie to just hang out with. And Ned. And we got Ned. Back at it again. Back at it again with Ned. God, I miss lakes, just in general. What do you think that 88 is about? What do you think that's? What do you think that's referencing? What do you think that? What happened in 1988? What happened in 19? Die Hard. Die Hard came out in 1988. So did I don't know, something. Oh, to be young and in love. Oh, and this is just great. I really like the stuff between these two because none of it influences the plot, but it's just thematically relevant. It just contributes to the vibe in a way that I really like. Hey, 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 hey. Oh my God. Oh, and it's raining. Oh, and it's a storm. Oh, I love these shots of the lake and the trees coming up here. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, big time. Oh, it's gonna storm. Oh, hey, hey. It's gonna storm. Oh, and that's a beautiful shot too. If nothing else, if nothing else, they made a pretty movie. And this is what the franchise kind of became known for. This is what the this is what all the teenage boys in the audience really got into. Oh goodness. Oh, Kevin Bacon. Apparently Kevin Bacon refuses to do like any interviews about this movie. That's weird, right? That's strange. Like why not, you know? It's a big cultural phenomenon. It's a big thing that he was a part of. You'd think he would, I don't know, whatever. Too busy talking about Footloose and Apollo 13. Was he in Apollo 13? I I couldn't tell you. I think so. And Harry Crosby had it with the classical guitar. So apparently that's actually him playing, but I do think it was recorded separately because it doesn't quite match up. Isn't it? Isn't it? I would be making eyes at him too. Who hates Monopoly? Who hates Monopoly, by the way? Even if it's not strip Monopoly. Why what's there to hate about Monopoly? It's great. Well, my brother and sister hate Monopoly because I'm better at them. I'm better than them at it. And I beat them all the time. Okay. So there you have it. So there you have it, folks. Jack and Marcy. Jack and Marcy. Maybe they've been. I've guessed they've probably been counselors before. I guess this probably isn't their first rodeo, but wouldn't you just want to kind of settle in a little bit first? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, that's Kevin Bacon's butt. Oh my God. Oh wait, I forgot. Oh yeah, yeah. Ned's dead. Yeah, Ned's dead. Yeah, they killed Ned. And we're back. And we're back. This is so confusing. I have no idea. I've seen this movie a million times. I have no idea. I have no idea what those bottles are. What are they drinking? What old-timey ass beverage comes in those weird brown glass bottles? Who knows? I don't know. Kevin Bacon wears that green tank top well. It's a pity that he's about to die in it. That's a stupid thing to say, Bill. People land on Baltic Avenue all the time. You see the strategy with Monopoly. If you buy up, those two right at the beginning of the board, Baltic and I think it's, I don't know. The two brown ones, Baltic and the other one. You buy those, it's very cheap to build houses and hotels on them. So you buy those up, you get the houses and the hotels for very cheap, and then you bankrupt everybody very easily. You can go for Boardwalk. You can go for Pacific. You know, the blue ones, the green ones, North Carolina Avenue, stuff like that. But really, the strategy is buy the cheap ones. Buy the cheap ones because you can build easily on them, and rent on one of those expensive guys is like $1,000. Very quick, very easy way. But who cares? Anyway, Kevin Bacon's about to die. Oh, this is a really nicely timed scare. I really like this. The way that he notices the blood. Oh, and then he's dead. And then he's dead. Sorry, Kevin Bacon. Oh, that's a cool shot. This movie is better shot than I think it gets a lot of credit for. Like, it's not, the pacing isn't great. I can see why, if you don't really have a lot of nostalgia for it, why you might not love it. But, oh, that's a good looking shot. And then, shout out, everybody just walks around in bare feet. Like, I would be so worried about, like athlete's foot. Maybe that's just me. But oh my god, people didn't wear shoes in the 80s. And it's kind of insane. Oh, that was a good crack. Cracked my neck. And we get another classic cinema impression. That's strange. The other guy does a Humphrey Bogart impression. Ned does a Humphrey Bogart impression. She does a Katharine Hepburn, I'm pretty sure. That's weird. Was this a Sean Cunningham thing? Did he want them both to do that? Anyway, shout out Marcy. She fixed the sink here. Booyah, go Marcy. Uh, but since we can now confirm that this is the unrated edition, there's kind of a weird history with the different versions with the between the theatrical cuts and the unrated versions, because the MPAA really went hard on a lot of these movies. The second movie only officially there's only a theatrical cut that exists. The uncut footage does exist. But it was only discovered a few years ago on a VHS tape that some editor, I think, involved had, that they were able to restore and recover. So the quality is very, very poor. But and Marcy bit it. So yeah, the quality of the unrated kills for part 2 exists, but it's very low quality. I think it only exists in there are only director's cut fan edits where they've spliced the dated looking footage into the movie, so it doesn't look great. There's no official director's cut is what I'm trying to say. And the rest of the franchise is kind of a mixed bag. I know that there's an unrated cut for part 4. I don't think there is for parts 5 or 6. Definitely not for part 7. There is a work print with the unedited stuff, but it looks pretty low quality. Which makes sense. It makes sense that the further we've gone on, the more they've kept track of the unrated cuts and things like that. Once he got into Jason Goes to Hell and stuff like that and onwards, they had their separate cuts of these movies, but it makes sense that they didn't really know what these were going to become, and that people would be interested in seeing alternate versions back in the 80s. But this is such a cute little scene. Oh, look at these two. Look at these two, Steve and what's her name? Patty? Something like that? I was wrong. Weird thing to say, Steve. Oh, how charming. How charming. What's her name? Andy? Andy has Riz. Sorry for saying Riz. I've never really thought about this music before. This is strange. Did Harry Manfredini do this? Because it's a weird little song. I'll have to look at the soundtrack. I'm interested in that. That's strange. And sadly, for our what are we on? For our 5th kill of the movie, Steve's Jeep dies. Or maybe not yet. Never mind. This guy really drove 12 miles for lunch. That's weird. Well, he left his teenage camp counselors to, figure out their own food. Did Marcy just fix that sink, or was the sink next to it? It was the sink next to it. Sorry, I'm just thinking, what did Pamela do with her body? Oh, I think she puts it in her Jeep because Alice just got, right. Yeah, Alice finds it later. I see. Oh, look at that creepy little hand. Oh. Oh. Oh, I never picked up on this until now. Is Pamela, like, hiding her body behind the curtain? Because that's creepy. Oh, wow. That never occurred to me until now. That's cool. Anyway, I hope you're all feeling jolly and merry. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you're having fun. Hope you're having a good time. These movies are always a good time for me. Here we go. This is where Steve's Jeep dies, which kind of makes you wonder, what did he stop for? What did he pull over on the side of the road and stop for? But it is very lucky that a cop shows up. But what I really love about this first movie is the way that it really embraces, like, the whole bad luck vibe that comes with Friday the 13th. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like they find the snake in the cabin and some things like that. Like, it's full moon, and a really nice little thing coming up in a minute here with Steve and the driver. And none of the other movies really embrace that. A lot of Friday the 13th movies don't even take place on Fridays the 13th. Part 2 does. Parts 3 and 4 do not. And it's just kind of like it's bad luck because that's when Jason comes out. And, like, where's the fun in that? Give me a little something else. Anyway, big moment for Brenda here, where she has a little candle and she's wearing a nightgown like she's Ebenezer Scrooge. And she's so cozy. She's so comfy. Let a girl be comfy. Don't kill a girl. Let a girl be comfy. So this is a weird trick that Pamela Voorhees pulls, right? Like, I don't know. You hear about... Well, I don't know. I guess you don't really know that it's Jason until, like, later. But is Pamela Voorhees trying to pretend to be her dead son, Jason? Is he like, help me, I'm drowning in the rain? I'd have taken a second to put my rain jacket on. Brenda, you're getting soaked. I wonder who they had to do this voice, because I'm like almost positive that it wasn't Betsy Palmer that recorded that voiceover. I'll have to check the credits in a little bit, figure that out. I'm not gonna like report back to you guys or anything, but I'll know. Oh, there's that music. Oh goodness. Something about that kill just never really hits like I feel like it should. Like, it's a great little setup, and it builds a lot of tension when you see her like in front of the archery range. So like you can anticipate what happens, but something about that scream just doesn't. I don't know. Oh, by the way, Alice hears that scream, as we'll find out in a little bit. But this is her reaction to hearing that scream. She's just kind of like, whatever. I would have. I would have poked my head out. I would have taken a look. People are sleeping. Jeez. Oh, I love when they go into this little office here. I think this is that scene. No, they're in her cabin. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Alice, you're gonna want to see this. There's a bloody axe in the bed. You're gonna want to see this. Wait a minute. If I'm here and you're here, then who's flying the plane? Oh, we have fun. I don't think hiding these bodies. I'm getting a little analytical here. I don't super feel like hiding these bodies really makes sense for Pamela Voorhees' like MO, because she doesn't want this place to be open. You know, like her whole thing is that she doesn't want this camp to be open again because her son bit it in the lake. Um, and so, if I were her, if I were the killer in this movie, I wouldn't be so concerned with like killing these people and hiding their bodies and getting away with it and just kind of making it seem like they disappeared. I would want people to know that there were deaths that happened here. You dig? Because that's how you're going to keep people out. But this is maybe my if I made like a top 10 list of some of my favorite shots in horror movies, this shot would definitely be on it. Because this is so cool. And the way that you can hear them trying to use the phone. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love that. Very, very A24 of them. Okay, now how is that truck dead too? It's wet? Is that what you said? Okay, I am kind of seeing I am kind of seeing what a lot of people have to say about the pacing of this movie. Because that whole segment was very slow. Oh, but we get a little Friday the 13th conversation. A little bad luck moment. And like, yeah, it doesn't drive the plot forward or anything, but it is like thematically relevant, and I dig the hell out of that. Crazy Ralph. Crazy Ralph. Oh, this is great. And then there's a mega wreck that keeps the cop away. And how cool is that? Like, he was just about to get there and like find that people were dying, but it was just too late. Okay, but there's a weirdly specific horror trope coming up here that I really like that I'll explain in a second. Oh, oh, and Steve's dead. Okay, so what I really like about that is that I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for this one horror trope where like um throughout the movie characters will talk about like somebody that's on the way that can help. But then by the time they do arrive, like they can't help anymore. Sometimes because they're dead, like in this movie. You know how Bill is like, Steve will be back any minute now, and he can help us out. But then Steve like is killed as soon as he gets there, or like Saw 2, for instance, when they're like, oh the bomb squad I think is like on their way, but then they arrive and they can't help because it's not a bomb. It gives me chills. It gives me chills. Oh, what a movie. What a movie, Friday the 13th. This movie is very dark. It's very dark. I'm like seeing my reflection in my computer screen. That's something I hadn't thought of either. Does Mrs. Voorhees cut the power at some point? Did we see that? Did I miss that? Did she drain the gas out of the generator? I don't know. Now, I don't think, at least in the theatrical cut, I don't think we see Bill's death. I should really stop. I should stop making predictions about what I think is going to happen, because I apparently I don't remember this movie as well as I think I did. And here we have kind of a boring shot, just by virtue of being so dark that you can't really see anything. Do you think people knew that this guy was Bing Crosby's nephew when they were going to see it? Do you think there were hecklers in 1980 that were like, "Do White Christmas. Let's hear it. let's hear you do White Christmas." Now, this is Steve Christie's fault that they're out of gas. Steve Christie should have been ready for that. He should have had gas if he was going to have his teenage camp counselors come up and help. Are they teenagers? I keep calling them teenagers. Maybe they're college age. They totally could be. Great, good, solid use of the J cut there. Shout out editor. Who edited this? Is it Bill Frieda? I don't remember. I think it's Bill Frieda. And here we get Alice making coffee. A lot of people really hate this moment. A lot of people really hate the coffee scene. Because it's just Alice making coffee for several minutes. And, like, if you've never seen the movie before, then sure, it's effective because, like, you're expecting that something might happen, and it builds tension in a nice little way. But if you've seen this movie a lot of times, like I have, it's just a nothing scene. It's just, we could be talking about anything while this is happening. Look at all those plates. Well, I guess you do have a lot of kids coming. Or is it tea? I don't remember. No, it's coffee. No, it's definitely coffee. But it's really strange the way that this movie is 95 minutes long, and it feels very padded. Like, they could have, there was definitely a little bit of fat that could have been trimmed. When I get to the second movie, I'll talk about that a little bit. But the second movie is, like, I think only an hour and 27 minutes long, and it's very padded. Like I don't know. The movie is like, it's like 70 minutes long on paper. But that's a topic for another video. And cut. Finally. Bill. 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 It's like Marco Polo. Bill. Bill. Oh, his lantern is still swinging from where he hung it up. Oh, that's a very cool detail. I've never noticed that before. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I take that. So, the problem that we're kind of faced with here, this movie, as I've said, was like a very shameless ripoff of Halloween. Like, Sean Cunningham, like, tells this story about how he called up his writing buddy, Victor Miller, and literally said to him, like, Halloween is making a ton of money at the box office, let's rip it off. Alice is no Laurie Strode. you know? Like, none of these characters, I don't know. Like, I feel like any personality, any charm that's kind of brought to these characters is 100% like from the actors that played them. And I think this movie and these characters would have looked totally different if they had cast different people to play them. Oh, and this is great. This is a great little moment where Alice makes this Looney Tunes ass barricade to keep the door closed. How beautiful. Ugh. Yeah, girl. Yeah, you got it. Does that door swing both ways? That just occurred to me. Could they even... Okay, she's adding more. Could they even get in from the way that she's... I don't know. Who cares? She's in a panic. I'll give her a break. Oh, are those headlights or is that a stage light? It might have been the lantern. I don't know. Great music cue. Oh, very fun. There's got to be there's got to be something better in that kitchen to arm yourself with than a big fork. Oh, and that's Brenda. Oh, and that's Brenda's corpse. The music here is really doing a lot of heavy lifting for this scene. Because this is just a lot of Alice just just screaming and crying. Oh my god. Oh, and here she comes. Here she comes. Oh, and another weird detail. I'm pretty sure she just said Steve because Steve and Pamela both have like the same Jeep, which is just a strange detail. Like they set up this weird red herring that makes you think that the killer is going to be Steve. Because Steve does seem a lot like a killer. Oh, okay. I think the greatest thing that Mrs. Voorhees does in this movie is wear that cable knit sweater. I have a friend at school with a similar sweater. He really likes it. He really likes it when I compare him to Mrs. Voorhees. Oh, oh! I just got a text. David Lynch just died. Is this real? What? Hold on. Let me Google that real quick. Oh my god, yeah. How wild is that? That David Lynch died while I was doing this. How old was he? 78. Oh my god. Rest in peace, David Lynch. You made better movies than Friday the 13th. Shout out David Lynch for that. Oh, that's sad. Oh, Betsy Palmer's really great. She's really, I think she's the best part of this movie, maybe. Oh, and this is a very chilling moment. Oh, so I know that it's not really supposed to be a whodunit, but this movie is pretty terrible if you try to watch it as a whodunit. What I highly recommend, if you are watching this movie like with somebody who's never seen it before, just spoil it for them. Before you start watching it, just tell them how it ends. Because if they're watching it and trying to kind of play along as a whodunit, they're going to be very disappointed. Um, just tell them what it is. Just tell them what happens. Um, because it's pretty like nobody has ever called this shot without like knowing where it was going. Because Enos very briefly mentions that like, oh, there was a boy that drowned in the lake in 1957. You don't know that that's the catalyst for the entire series, like until the end of this movie. So somebody else would have made sense. Maybe like if you were gonna say a mother, I would say maybe the mother of one of the teenagers, Barry or Claudette is her name. I just remembered it came back to me. It's not Pauline or whatever I said. It's Claudette. But yeah, if you were gonna guess somebody, you would have guessed like one of their mothers or somebody like that. You would never guess Jason's mom. Oh no, this is creepy. Killer mommy. Betsy Palmer has good teeth for a woman her age. Do you guys feel like the movie's starting to drag yet? Because I kind of am. I'm definitely feeling it. Okay, I'll come clean. I do think the first like 45 minutes of this movie are much stronger than the end. I think it kind of slows down. I think it takes a little bit of a drag once people start dying. which is a weird thing to say about a about a slasher movie. But I don't know, like slasher movies, like plot wise, are almost always like exactly the same. So it's the stuff around that I kind of evaluate them on. You know, I like the formula, but just having that isn't isn't entertaining on its own. I don't think, because I've seen a lot of slasher movies that are pretty bad. Um, so I do think like the vibe and the characters and the way that they're written really like does a lot of the work in making a slasher movie what it is. Like I recently watched The Prowler for the first time, and I didn't think it was that great just because I felt like it hadn't really done a lot that I hadn't seen before in other slasher movies. Prom Night is fun. I don't love Prom Night, but it is a unique vibe and a unique atmosphere to set a slasher movie in. Oh, what I just recently watched too, I totally forgot about this. Road Games is really good. Um, it feels very it feels very John Carpenter, just in like the way that it's shot and written, um, and some of the characters that he uses. Um, Very entertaining little movie. If you've never seen Road Games before, I highly recommend that too. Check it out. This is the coolest shot that we've seen in a little while. The fog and the trees. I forgot about that. That's fun. And let's get another shot of the moon in there. Why not? You see what I mean? This movie doesn't need to be 95 minutes long. It could have been, they could have shaved off like 10 minutes, maybe even 15, who knows? But right now we got like 10 minutes. We can sit tight for 10 minutes. But yeah, if you dig this, if this is something that you're into, um totally let me know what you think. Totally let me know what you think and what else you would like to see me do. Now this I remember. This final showdown really drags its feet. um how many different ways can I say it? But this is one of the more memorable bits. Memorable. What did I just say? Memorable? I'm going crazy. One of the more memorable parts of this showdown. Now this shot right here. Oh, that's so cool. This is like this movie's like Michael Myers mask coming like into the light while Laurie is like against the wall. You know that shot? You know the one that I'm talking about from the first Halloween? How very, how very here's Johnny of her. Oh my God. Yeah, this movie was the same year. I think The Shining came out later than this. I think it was like December maybe. But yeah, crazy fact, this movie I'm pretty sure made more money at the box office than The Shining did. And how wild is that? Because like nobody thinks that this is a really good movie unless you're me. Like I think it has like a 30 on Metascore, on Metacritic. And it's just crazy to see that this weird little movie, like almost solely because of its marketing and the way that it was sold to audiences, like turned into this huge like media powerhouse that's still like going to this day. Right now, I think there's a series in the works. I know that there's been a series in the works for a really long time. Maybe it's not a series, maybe it's something else entirely. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it is strange. There was like the whole legal battle for a really long time between Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller that kept the series in legal purgatory. So, Halloween and Texas Chainsaw had these big reboots. But nothing for Friday the 13th. There hasn't been like a Friday the 13th release since 2009, which is 16 years ago now. How crazy is that? I like that noise. I like that noise that she makes there. Oh my God, Chekhov's machete. Here it comes. Oh, oh my God. Oh, Voorhees is dead. And I love the detail of the hands grasping at the air. How camp. How camp of this movie. Oh, booyah. Are we going to focus? Are we going to focus up? No, that's cool. That's okay. And one more look at the moon. Oh, and this music. This music takes me back big time. And how beautiful is this? And just the music. This is maybe a perfect scene. Victor Miller, not Victor Miller. Victor Miller's the screenwriter. Who am I thinking of? Harry Manfredini. Harry Manfredini really cooked with this. I wonder if this movie has a soundtrack on Spotify. I would love to listen to that. Okay. Yeah, and who could forget that ending? What a scene. Okay. So in a future commentary, we'll get into the discussion about what this means for the franchise and whether Jason is alive or dead or what, and how confusing all that is. But for now, oh, shot in the butt. Yep. um, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys have enjoyed listening to my little commentary. Oh, this cop guy gives a really good performance. Oh, what a chilling final line. Sean Cunningham may have not created like a fantastic movie with this, but he sure knows how to make a good moment. Definitely. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you've had a good time. And for sure, let me know what you'd like to see me cover in the future because I will absolutely keep on it. And there you go. That's Friday the 13th. All right. Have a blessed week. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.